Welcome back, ladies and gents. The resumption. Yes, we are back and ready to rumble. 1 second. It's a new week. The light is looking good, folks. And yours truly is well ready for whatever may come. Trust me on that. Now, after a week of holiday and fun in the sun, it was a bit sad to come back and find out that the mounted Met police that we see, horse guards, helping, supervising, dealing with whatever you want to call it, the tourists at the palace and elsewhere, their numbers are being cut, guys. I'm not sure exactly how that will impact the guard change at the palace, or how frequently we see the likes of Alvin, Brabazon, Vanessa and the others, but yeah, 25% reduction in the numbers of the Met mounted branch, ladies and gents. Very sad to hear that. As if that were not bad enough, the cuts are a little deeper. Royal Parks Police. That's right, Royal Parks Police are apparently being abolished. The person that told me this is in the know, so I have no reason whatsoever to doubt the news. However, the Royal Parks Police, that's going to be a real shock, massively so. Some of you might have seen a recent audit of Holland Park on a very well-known auditor's channel, and that was fascinating because he had to speak with one of the Royal Parks Police about the laws vis-a-vis drones over royal parks in central London. And I think I can speak for myself and indeed the auditor. I mean, he liked my comment when I say that he and indeed I were both somewhat taken aback by the fact that the officer that he stumbled across in the Royal Parks Police knew more about drones and the legalities of drone flying in London than probably anyone, to be quite fair. It was a brilliant video because it sort of disproved every preconception that anyone had about the police and knowledge of drones. Now, I can't see the photographer, but I've just spotted, oh, there's the photographer, somebody about to get married. Could it be a real marriage? What do we think, guys? There is the lovely bride. I mean, it's pretty, I wouldn't say it's that warm enough for short sleeves. It's about 14:15 and 11:30 a.m. So there is the lovely bride, and there's the groom, who I have to say doesn't look that interested. Had I just got married to this lovely lady, I think I'd be somewhat more interested in her than my phone. So I'm guessing that it's a setup, it's a photo shoot for a magazine. There is no way this is a genuine couple. Plus she looks flipping free, she's like, get me the hell out of here, ASAP. So there we have it, folks. Yes. Instinctively thinking Chinese bridal magazine, but hey, what do I know? Wow, busy here today. Lots of people. Now, lucky for me, on this first day of my return, the Blues and Royals should be back at horseguards, everybody. Yeah, unless I've got it somewhat wrong, I misunderstood. Pretty sure, actually. Instinctively, I'm sure it's the Blues and Royals. So I remember thinking that before I went. I didn't actually plan it around the Blues and Royals, but yeah, somebody mentioned to me as well, oh, we'll be back when you're back. So I thought, oh, hold on. That works, doesn't it really, guys? Now, obviously, not having seen a single piece of footage, I don't watch any other channel, I'm not interested. Any other footage, I don't know what I might or might not have missed. I have no idea whether the box is being enforced or not enforced. So you will have to excuse my possible surprise, possible disappointment, possible confusion, possible, God knows, when we get there and I get more of an idea about what actually is going on. I wonder where these massive groups are going to this time. They're not going to the palace. They've passed horse guards. Parliament Square, perhaps? Elizabeth Tower, Big Ben. A little breezy, but the temperatures, oh look at this. Open top original route master. Plying its trade. A little empty, I must say, along Whitehall. Apologies guys for those that sent me messages and emails. I just thought it was better to focus on family time. So people, if any of you are feeling ignored, my apologies, but when I'm away, I prefer to be away. I didn't even have an internet connection during the majority of the time I was away, and that's how I like it. But of course, as ever, I did share some videos, mainly from the truly spectacular, I was going to say the zoo, but you know what, they don't even call it a zoo themselves. The quite spectacular Valencia Biopark, folks. I won't call it a zoo because it's nothing like a zoo. There are no bars, there are no cages. It is a beautifully designed masterpiece to conservation, animal welfare, etc. And as somebody that personally does not approve of large animals being held in captivity, I think that's the closest to a compromise, because at least in some respects, for endangered species, some need to be nurtured, protected, etc. But it's a tricky one, because instinctively I'm massively against any wild animals being kept in captivity. It's not my thing at all, but I was willing to be open-minded. It was fun. Ditto the magnificent oceanographic people. Hard to take pictures there because it's an aquarium, lots of tanks, not the military type, fish tanks that is, but wow, beluga whales, sharks, and myriad other interesting sea creatures. I was surprised, actually, very much so. It was a real pleasure, and a nice contrast to what we normally see. Not in any bad or in any good way, simply a contrast. The light today is absolutely extraordinary. We're back down to the normal filter, and wow, it's looking good. In fact, it's looking absolutely lovely, to be quite fair. So, Blues and Royals summer order. We did actually briefly catch them, I think in maybe only one or two videos, because they changed just before I'd left. So, yeah, I think we only... Actually, I don't think I filmed the lifeguards at all this year in summer order. I think we got one or two videos of the Blues in summer order, and that has been it, people. So this morning's going to be an interesting one. For possibly many reasons. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Right. Who have we got? Oh my gosh. Wait, are these the people 36 minutes past? I struggle to believe that we've got lots of people from the palace already. Which troop have we got? Okay. New-ish face this end. Seen him before, but not many times. In fact, very few times, if it's who I think it is. I'll get us a teeny bit closer as people move out of the way. Now, as it's the Blues, I honestly can't tell you, folks, about what might or might not happen vis-a-vis the box, the line, enforcement, etc. I will, when there's a bit more space to manoeuvre, have a look in the yard. Now, Gatesman, Chitsman, they're not back. I mean, it would have been a nice surprise. It would have been the best surprise one could have hoped for. But for the moment, they are not back. Instead, we've got tons of happy tourists. And in this video we'll get to see all 4 horses and the 4 accompanying troopers on the trooper horses. Actually, one thing I did forget this morning was suntan lotion, but you know what? I wore very little in that glorious 24 degrees Spanish sunshine, so if that didn't roast me and turn me into a little bit of a redneck, I think we'll be okay here for this morning. So I'll do my best to focus on who approaches the horses and what happens if and when they get too close. Ta-da! I'm seeing a few feet over the line, folks, nothing dramatic, nothing that would immediately lead you to think, oh, why is he not telling them to move? However, we've just started, and a lot's going to depend on which groups we get here. One thing that did take me back somewhat, in a good and a bad way at the same time, watching how Spanish youths, teenagers, school kids, whatever, deal and interact with authority. For example, their elders standing up, offering a seat on the metro, being respectful generally, standing up, for example, if an elderly person approaches the bus stop in the heat, etc., etc., etc. Many variables. But most importantly, in the dealings with the Valencian police, very different to how they act when they come to London. Trust me. It's a funny thing actually. I was talking about it with my kids, and their interpretation was, wow, they must be scared of the police. Okay, in other words, the second an officer told somebody what to do or looked at them the wrong way, it was just like, the parents would be like, hey, straight on with the kid. In other words, massive levels of respect and discipline in Spain for authority, for the police, and for elders. Which made me wonder, if that's the case there, why have we seen that particular group, Spanish visitors, struggle so much with being respectful when they visit here? And you know what the answer is, guys? A general lack of serious discipline in British society. Yeah. And by discipline, I don't mean people getting slapped for misbehaving. I just mean societal norms and values have massively taken a hit over the last probably generation and a half, I would say. And I know friends of mine say the same about the way life is in France these days compared to when they were children. So it's not a uniquely British phenomenon. I don't know why it's happened, how it's happened, or why it was allowed over time slowly to happen so slowly that nobody realised it. But massive, massive difference, to be fair. I was shocked, I really was shocked. Yeah. But there we are. Okay, so I'm guessing that the box is going to be largely left alone. In terms of it being enforced. I'll stay in this spot for a while because we've got a good clear spot, the light's right, and we can see everybody edging themselves up toward the line. Horses like, good morning everybody, and welcome to the channel. Horsey, did you miss me? Shake your head if you did. Please, please. Okay, he's shaking it a tiny bit, like really subtly. He doesn't want to get in trouble. Gosh. Okay, so the primary language I'm hearing here this morning, thus far, is Deutsch, which is a language I didn't really hear in the past week at all, because the majority of southern Spain has been taken over by very rich Russians and Ukrainians, getting away from the wartime economy, I guess, in their respective countries. In fact, to be honest, guys, I didn't even hear that much Russian speaking in public when I lived in Moscow, so I'm very surprised. I was very surprised. So much so that I asked a lot of the waiting staff in different places, hey, do you have a lot of Ukrainian Russian visitors? They're like, well, yeah. I myself am Ukrainian or Russian. So even the staff, the restaurants in Spain are recruiting.
Don't touch the horse. Hey, don't touch the horse. Stay away from the horse.
Wait.
Don't touch the horse.
Wow. They've been really strict. The teachers are being super strict with this massive group. That's one of the largest groups we've ever seen, I think. They just about squeezed themselves next to the box. Quite impressive. And didn't actually get squished into the box. Oh, hold on, here we go. I thought she was going to ask him a question. The tourists are all, that I've noticed so far, all pushing their luck and edging a little bit into the box. So,
oh my goodness! These people don't.
Happens here all day. It's unbelievable.
Oh, you got to push your way through, Shirley.
Yep. America goes behind me, just like they're the ones shouting at everybody to like, hey, don't touch the horse. I did tell you, folks, that we'd see more tourists disciplining other tourists. And there we have
There,
it.
Shirley, hurry up.
I don't really think we're going to be seeing many people touching the horse.
Smile.
In all honesty, I mean, I hope not. I might be wrong. It might have happened for the whole of last week when I was away, but for the moment at least, it's being shut down. Oh, what the? It's being shut down fast when people approach with a clear intention of touching the horse. Great to hear that, actually. They were really strict with their group. That was the large group, and then with the other tourists. Folks, that is not the Spanish lady that I married when I was abroad. She's trying to get me to smile, but I don't know her, I promise. Wow, I mean, have we seen a slow descent into non-enforcement in the course of the past, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, 7 days? I don't know, folks. I have no clue what we're witnessing here today. I mean, people are not taking the you-know-what massively, but we've seen plenty of feet over the line cleanly. Oh, she just pulled him back. She's like, get over here, you. Now, I will, folks, because yes, I'm stupid and forgetful. Today, I will be in the yard for the changeover. Yes, I will not get caught out again. In fact, I will likely be in the yard for every changeover that we are fortunate enough to be able to capture, film this week. I still don't know how much I'll be here this week or not because I have so much to do, guys, after being away for a week. More updates on that. And it is ready to this place. More updates on that when I have them. But when I get the go-ahead, I'll tell you a very funny story about something that happened here last week when I was away.
That guy, that guy's like last week.
Thank you. Thanks, Jeffrey.
Super do. How's about that? Fantastic. Now, I'm thinking that was probably, let me have a quick look at the phone, make sure no one's behind me loitering. No weirdos. No surprises. Yeah, that was... the 45 belt. So I'll be in the yard, as I mentioned, when the front gets cleaned and cleared of the tourist detritus. I'll make sure to go to the other end for a few minutes so we get a look at the other horse before I head back into the yard. I say back into the yard, before I go into the yard. Everybody's waiting pretty patiently, I must say. I'm getting eyeballed quite a lot by some of the tourists who I don't think are overjoyed about being on the camera, but hey, you know, it is what it is. And one interesting thing that I thought about, actually, I don't know why it didn't come up before, this issue of image rights in the EU, okay? We know that in the EU you need to give your consent for use of your image, if somebody else is going to monetize it, etc., etc., etc. But so many people here come up and have come up in previous videos and said, hey, don't film me, you can't film me, you know, you don't have rights to my image, etc., etc. One thing I noticed, which I can't understand why I didn't bring up before, in Paris, there are a hell of a lot of young amateur photographers. Okay, just like on the bridge here in Westminster, they stand on the bridge and ask passing tourists, primarily couples or those with kids, hey, would you like a picture? And you pose and they take a picture, and it's like €5 or €10 or sometimes more, depends how busy it is. Same in Spain, in Valencia. It's okay. Yeah, same in Valencia. Let's leave him to it with his kids. Same in Valencia. So people are being photographed lawfully on the street by strangers who are then saying, hey, would you like to buy this picture that I just took of you and your group, whatever, family? So I'm thinking those image rights, although they are there, written as law, it seems that they're not that rigidly enforced. Otherwise, you'd have probably, in all likelihood, police and other people shutting down those people that are randomly taking other people's pictures because they get so many complaints. Now, you might be thinking, oh, they don't care, they'll just do it, or it's for tourists. And in some respects, yes. However, there were a lot of people dressing up as cartoon characters, Pikachu's, Transformers, Disney characters in big hot costumes, which I was surprised about because it's flipping boiling there. But every time the Policía Nacional came around, one quick word, quit, get lost, move on, whatever. There was no arguing. The speed with which they change out of those costumes, and the boss man came over who collects the money, and they scarpered. Yeah, just the authority is so different. And yes, I am well aware of the 1930s fascist past of Franco's Spain, and I'm certainly not proposing we adopt a similar system, but there's clearly a residue of an authoritarian past. Not the first time I've noticed it. I've noticed it in Italy before. Now we, of course, have gone the exact opposite way. Hence all of these cuts to welfare, foreign aid, military, police, and other domestic budgets here in the UK. Oh, I had a feeling that she might be a little bit jumpy. It's the ones that are always sort of looking, and looking away. They're scared, and they jump. It's gloriously warm, folks, to be honest. The horse is probably loving it. Don't even have a clue which horse this is. It's one we've seen before, but I have no idea. Oh, see that? He just flared his nostrils at me. It's like, what do you mean, idiot? You don't have any idea. You filmed me at least 50 times this year. And he has a point. I probably have. I'll wait until the stableman has a word. Now, interestingly enough, wait, police horses coming. Squeeze out. A couple of the troopers referred to themselves as orderlies when I was talking to them in this past week. You know, I've used the term stableman only because one particularly famous trooper used to refer to himself as the stableman, even when talking to me. But I'm now going to refer to the stableman orderly. Hiya. Yeah, stableman orderly, I think is what, or sort of interchangeable, orderly, stableman, bit of both. Right, ladies and gents, in we go. Hody, hody, ho. I hope we got this end. Oh, the trooper immediately gave me the side there, and then he's like, hold on a second, don't you be looking at me like that, sunshine. You see that? He's like, don't film me. Even the horse is looking the other way. But, ladies and gents, I'm sure most of you will be delighted, as indeed I'm delighted, with what we're looking at in front of us. Yes, it is. And he's back. Not me, the horse. Okay, that was something I was absolutely not expecting. And now I'm a bit gutted actually that I wasn't here to see the rest of the blue, or say the first and then the rest of the Blues and Royals riding into the yard, because look who it is. Everybody. It's our great surprise, shock, surprise. That said, I have no idea how he's going to respond to everybody. Imagine that, I was here all this time, I didn't even realise he was at this end. Just my luck. I will get a good snap of him, hopefully, going into the yard. Welcome back, Mr. Monde. That is a lovely surprise, is it not? It's like, yep, sure is. Did he bite anyone? Did he bite anyone? Oh yeah, I swear. I thought you were someone else. Wait, there's me talking to somebody, guys. I thought it was someone else. I thought it was Mike. Oh my god, I just asked one of the Filipino spammers if you asked somebody, but then when he turned around, it was a different person. Oh goodness me. A few people look exactly the same, but he's wearing the same hoodie as a friend of mine, so I'm like, did he buy it? It's just like, oh goodness me. I was wondering why they're dirty. Look. 1 second. That was so funny. Super funny. 1 second. Good morning. Hey, did you see who's at the other end? No, did you see which horse is at the other end?
It's inside.
No, that horse. You know which horse that is?
It is ORMONDE.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's so funny. I just went like this to Abdullah. I thought to ask him a question. I thought it was Mike.
Yeah.
Oh goodness me. Okay, for my friend who just turned up, didn't even realise ORMONDE is here. We'll try and get our picture of the day, folks. Sorry, I had to get away because I actually felt bad that I mistook somebody for someone who looked pretty much identical. Oh god, funny though. Wait, let's go all the way around. 1 second. Get ourselves in cleanly and clearly for a Mr. Monde picture of the day. I mean, I'm not sure we'll be able to. Oh, there we are. There we go. Lovely. Look at that. Now that is a real surprise. I was not expecting, guys, at all. How on earth did everybody else not recognise that it's ORMONDE? I don't get it. There's some beautiful shots actually of his. He's like, yep, and he's looking at us. Look. He's looking right at the camera. That is magnificent. Got some incredible close-up shots of ORMONDE's unique blaze. Wow. I mean, could you imagine, first day back, and it's this horse, out of every horse it could have been. Right regiment, right horse, right time. Extraordinary. Second, folks. Now, the only problem is that, I say issue is that they put him on the other end. I say the other end, this end. Now, this is the end where most of his famous escapades have been filmed, including the Chinese takeaway video. However, there's no way of knowing if he's still the same ORMONDE until some people actually go up toward the box. Do I think he is? I mean, he looks very chill, I must say. This morning, yeah, he looks very relaxed. I will zoom us in a teeny bit, guys, on that beautiful face and elite blaze, because he's been paying a lot of attention to the camera. Look at that. Don't normally go so close with the horses, but you never know, folks, if it's the last time we're going to see him on duty. Hopefully it won't be, but no one, to be honest. I don't think even the bosses in HCAV are completely sure what we'll see of him in the coming weeks and months. Now, fortunately for them, unfortunately for us, because we don't know how he's going to respond, no one is getting close. If we'd had him at the other end, with everybody that surged out, we might have seen it a little differently. The other thing is, I'm hoping he will come through the gate first and into the yard. No guarantees, but that's what I'm hoping. would not have believed this if somebody had messaged me and joked about it. Even someone I know in HCAV had messaged me and joked about it. I would have thought they're pulling my leg. 100%. Golly, look at that, guys. Imagine if I'd actually not bothered to come to the stand and not even realised. Now the thing is, no one that's arriving for pictures today knows which horse this is, obviously. Look, I think he's smelling fear. Teeny bit.
She's got a little spitter.
Plenty of waiting to go up. See? And not one person that's here at the moment knows they're getting a picture with the most famous horse in the world. Outside of horse racing, that is. I think we'd all agree he's pretty flipping famous at this point. Or infamous. Depends which way you look at it, I guess. Bit of both. Okay, the other two police are out, so now we've got the 4, which means the orderly, stableman orderly, will be out next. Little kid's like, I want to see Ormonde. You know the funny thing, that is the horse that is most famous for biting tourists. That is the biggest biter out of all of them.
How do you know?
It's called, this one's famous. It's called Ormonde. This horse.
Ormonde.
Very, very famous horse.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So
I was kind of hoping it would bite him. That would've been
this is
great.
what made me laugh when you said it.
You're like, oh, he might.
I've been around some horses and they bite, so it's just like, I'm kind of hoping.
Yeah, this is the famous biter. Yeah.
He might. That kid looks a little juicy. So
I'll show you how bad it is, guys, because you probably wouldn't even believe me unless you see it. As an example of how crazy he is. Where's it got? 1 second.
how do you know all this?
I film her quite often. This is a very recognisable horse because of that very unique blaze. It looks like a clenched fist.
Okay.
His blaze. 1 second. Where's the chaos? It's classic Ormonde. The little sort of white clenched fist on his face.
Yes,
Look, he's looking at us as well.
Like that, yeah.
Like a cobra kind of thing.
Yes, yeah, I understand. Yeah. That's good that that's the one that bites. That's the one that's tough looking horse.
Okay, this is actually wait, there's another thing that happened. Somebody on his phone straight to his face.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Where's the one where he here? It's gonna be one of you guys today.
Serves her right. Serves her right.
Would you say that if it was your friend?
Yeah, I would actually.
Okay.
I would. Not if it was one of my kids, but
The guy on top didn't even like care.
I mean, he's at work. You know,
There's a
what's he going to do?
sign.
Jump down and, you know, at the end of the day, he's at work. If the tourists are going to go up and get bitten or pushed, or it's their own fault, no? Kind of thing.
What's happening now?
They're going to change over the horses. Just about to change over. I'm going to go inside. But enjoy, guys. Nice to meet you. Yeah? Thank you. A sec, guys. I'm just running into the yard. I'm running a teeny bit late. Wow, let me get way back out of everybody's way. Don't want to get in any tourist way. That's it. I'm back. I'm in the shade. Out of everybody's way. Sorry, guys. I'm not in the ideal spot, but I think we've got Monty out on the right, have we not? That was so funny that they were joking to each other. I wish the horse had bitten you. They actually don't wish the horse had bitten them, that's for sure. I think it's Monty. Hard to tell from here. Monty, maybe Indiana, can't really tell. Can't be 100% certain. I'll leave it to you guys, or we'll see in a minute anyway. Damn it, now we're not going to get really clear footage of Ormonde going into the stable. Then again, it's super bright with the sunshine, so maybe it wouldn't be that clear anyway. We're getting me right into the yard, kind of into the camera, so that's one positive. A couple of new faces, actually. Not all new faces, but a couple of new faces with the MOD. Oh, Tash on the NCO. Sorry guys, I'm zoomed in. Remarkable moustache. This NCO is adorning. I'm not filming the officer intentionally in front of us. Just looks like I am. Okay, so luckily we've at least got a clear line of sight to the gate. Let's watch Mr. Mon coming in. Hopefully He'll come through first and we'll get a bit of a clearer look. Yes, Mr. Monde is coming through the gate first. There he is. Damn it, Mr. Dismount with Mr. Monde. Ah. Well, kind of. Actually, this isn't a bad spot to watch it from, to be fair, guys. Light's pretty good here. Ormonde is closest to camera. Luckily, he's like, yep. It's hard to hold it still when I'm this zoomed in. We are at 3.5 magnification. Oh, bop. Ormonde does look pretty chill, folks, I'm not going to lie. Oh, thwack. If he nips the trooper after that. Look, he's looking over here. Look at that, Ormonde led straight into the stables with an unobstructed view. Wow, that was pure luck. And when I say pure luck, let me turn the camera in a second when I move and you'll see what I mean. The yard is chocker. It's really busy, guys. What a very happy Mr. Monde, eh? Brilliant. Now everyone's standing there, but that's it, is it not? Yeah, it's done, we're done. Everyone's standing waiting for the foot relief, but there isn't one. Look at this, look, it's flipping packed in the yard. All of these people in silence for Mr. Monde, as I think you'll all agree, is deserved, is it not? Wow. It is P for packed. It's kind of sad actually, look, the orderly, stableman, putting up the chain and everything else, guys, but there's no one behind it. It's an empty archway. And the same on the other side. I wonder actually just what the old trooper has been doing. What has he been up to? Because there's usual duties of supervision. Wait, I'm filming somebody who's watching someone behind the box. This is interesting. Wait, now we've got someone. I'm filming someone who's watching someone closing the box on someone who's in the box. Now we've got two people just watching the doors of a box. Guys, unless they've got X-ray vision, I don't know. Maybe they can see through the box. I have no idea. They seem pretty interested though. Right, I'm not, guys, going to be taking out the phone. I was happy to do it then because the tourists that I was talking to at this end, they were kind of like around me, so it was very, very easy to pull out the phone knowing that, hey, no one can get close to grab it. So I'm going to leave it to all of you to judge which beauty we've got here. One thing I can tell you we have got here is a new trooper. I do not recognise this trooper. And there is a ton of people at this end. It is super busy. Absolutely chocker. Look at it. How many people are? Whoa. So many people again. Wow. Oh, hold on. Fur coats at 15 degrees. Not the brightest bulbs. That said, actually, talking about bulbs, guys, I was told a brilliant joke on holiday. Somebody said to me, how many Spanish guys does it take to change a light bulb? What's the answer? Just one. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I should have realised it, but I didn't. Wait, have we got another new trooper? Oh, hold on a second. These two troopers look remarkably similar. Don't tell me we've got another pair of siblings. Oh no, we haven't. No. Apologies, guys. It's a lady trooper here. Wasn't sure then. They look remarkably similar from the side. I've just noticed that she has her hair in a bun behind, so that's probably why. Right, so back at this end. Happy, smiley tourist, good light. Everything else, got some dope feeling with me as usual. This time I'm not even going to turn the camera, folks. To me, he doesn't exist. Yeah, we'll just ignore him. He's just screaming something on the public highway. God knows what it is he's screaming. We will ignore him, as is befitting. Okay, happy tourist happy, trooper happy horse. Crazy, no? I mean, I'd rather just deal with it away from here, but yeah, guess it's not my call, is it? Who's next? Another happy tourist here. Well, we've got somebody with a scarf in this weather. It is warm, folks. Way too warm for that. Okay, who's up next? 1 and 2. To be honest, actually, plenty of people are wearing like the kind of things that I would wear if I were going skiing. Crazy, no? She's been to Paris and she's got the sparkles to prove it. How's about that? And the next one? Now, there are plenty here, but as you can see, they're not directly going over and bothering the horse.
Juliette, t'es prête? On y va quand le monsieur il sort.
Smart then actually not to turn the camera, wasn't I, folks? A lot of you did email me and said ignore, and that is absolutely the best policy. To ignore. That is what we'll do. Oh. Oh. Ah, okay, now that's interesting. Behind the line, madam. So not all of the blues are leaving the tourists to it. Yeah, again, it has to be a lady trooper that steps up, get out of the box. Look. Oh. He's like jigging himself left and right, left and right. I think that's actually quite funny. You notice that there are a few cameras. Oh, hold on. Who's this?
Is he real?
New recruit to the household division. Top man. And a salute for the trooper.
Can you smile for 1 second?
Oh, tourist asking the guard to smile. Pretty sure it's not going to happen.
Don't smile. I know. Watch him on YouTube.
I know you're hoping secretly he might.
On YouTube.
Very occasionally they'll
trick one.
yeah. Very occasionally.
I don't care. Yeah.
Okay, so she's really, really strict with the box today, guys, and the tourists. Lady Trooper is properly on it. Which, to be honest, I think is why we're going to spend.
She gave me a look.
Wait, is that an Aussie accent? I can.
Yeah.
Is it that? No, I'm not.
No.
A horse guy, horse person.
Me?
Yeah, you.
No.
No?
I'm a horse whisperer.
Ah. Okay, who's next? Ta-da! Okay, we've got a horse whisperer from New South Wales? No, you're joking. Did I guess that right? Oh, wow. That was a pure guess. Wow.
You're allowed
What, jump on the horse? Oh, no, you can stand here, but as long as you're outside of the box, it'll be all right.
You're allowed to pat the horse out.
Don't, you're going to get him in trouble. Next thing you know, Spanion's going to turn up here and get a video with the horse.
But Robbie, hold it like that. You can't see. Don't move. You're over here. Don't move. Don't move what you said.
Yeah, he's a little nervous about getting too close. Right, hold on. Take 2. Trying to be serious but couldn't hold it. Brilliant.
I'll bring it. I'll cut it. He's gonna get angry. I'm gonna get angry. Rob, let's go.
He might try, but he's not going to make a laugh. I don't think. Oh.
That is Horses, boy.
The one that actually does bite the most out of all the horses here was the one that was on that end that they just took off. That is like the most famous one that bites everyone.
I see the girls getting bitten on the hair and everything.
Yeah. The other guy was posing, take a picture. Is that your brother?
Yeah.
He's going to be in my video stage. I'll show you the channel. That way you can. If you're going to go there, you'll be in it as well. This guy's so funny, I swear. Honestly, he's very subtle but very funny. And he's outside the box. Yep, he's staying outside the box. Look, being respectful. Good stuff. Nice guy, eh? Beautifully done. Look at that. Yeah, 1 second. Video's around it's kind of around the 40-minute mark. You guys will be on it. 1 second.
So what do I do?
It's just take a picture of it. It's on YouTube. When I heard the Aussie accent, I thought for a second it might have been Spaniard.
Turn that around a bit.
You know Spaniard?
Spaniard,
You don't know? You know that channel, YouTube channel, Spaniard?
Oh, yes, Spaniard.
Yeah. Apparently somebody said to me yesterday he's in London this week.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I haven't seen him around, but...
Wow. Hey, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too as well, yeah?
Good to see it. You're not get it like because of the way I acted, I'll get a bit more...
No. You were completely cool and respectful. I
It was
mean,
nice.
you were like subtle and you kind of got in there a little bit and then you were over the right side of the line. So
She's lovely.
she is lovely. Very serious, very professional lady super, this one.
Got a job.
That's exactly what a lot of the tourists don't get. She's at work. You know, it doesn't matter if you're a bank manager or whatever else. I know, but in a subtle, respectful way. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, most of the horses are pretty chill, but they only put this white box on the ground at the end of last year. Before there were like dozens of tourists going up, hands all over the horse, patting the horse all over the place. It was absolute chaos here. And then there were a few accidents. Some of the tourists got getting badly, like pushed on the floor, etc. Yeah, you've seen it on YouTube. Yeah. And that's when they had to change the rules. Okay, the first sacrifice we've seen, guys, in a while on the left. Oh, here we go. In the line. Yeah, again, Red just got told off.
She wasn't that nice for me.
No, it's true actually, you're right. Oh. Someone's got a little DJI, little selfie video with the horse.
You take care, my friend.
Thanks a lot, yeah, good to meet you, chap. I can't believe actually that I guessed New South Wales. That was purely a guess, guys. I didn't know it was New South Wales. I mean, what can I say? But he was respectful. He was humorous, light-hearted, but he actually didn't do anything wrong. He didn't go over the line. He didn't actively try and make the trooper laugh. And as he said, you know, she's very serious and she's got a job to do. Which, to be honest, we all know, don't we? We all know that. But not everybody's able to have and articulate their humour in such a subtle way as that guy, to be honest. Let's be frank. You know, part of it is linguistic. A lot of people can't quite, you know, just like Aussies, Canadians, a lot of the US visitors. It's a lot easier to be subtle with your humour when you're speaking, you know, the same language as the people in the country that you're visiting. So there is a bit of that. Okay, who's up next? Are they going to sacrifice the kid? I mean, I can't really tell at this point. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, he's put her on the line. See, trooper's looking. Jaws music. If this were Ormonde right now, and she got any closer, I would actually genuinely be scared of what would happen next. Oh. Looks like a young Dustin Hoffman there for a second. Yeah, Dustin. All wrapped up in a rain mac and a zippable fleece around the neck. Yikes. You would not believe it, would you? And she saw it, and we've seen it, so there. Okay, who's up next? Okay, so the Chinese stories are starting to arrive, guys. What does that mean? Guess we'll find out. For the moment it doesn't mean anything because the rest are too scared to go up to the horse. They're really not in the mood to go up. I'm genuinely surprised, folks, that there were people that are this heavily dressed, especially all zipped up with black. I'm in the sunshine. It is probably circa 18, 19 degrees here. It's really, really warm, and I've got a white cap and a thin base layer. Extraordinary. Oh, who's up next? I've still, as you probably guessed, I haven't got a cold, but I've still got a teeny weeny bit of ear popping going on, folks. Yeah, I still didn't completely clear after the flight, alas. So I hope that my tone hasn't been too loud today when I've been narrating the video, because I can't quite actually hear how loud my own voice is. Got like one clear ear, one non-clear. Not that you need to know that, but hopefully that's a good explanation of what the problem is with my voice. Okay, let's swap to the other end again. Whee! Who is at the other end? Wait. Now, I said I thought it was Monty. Then I'm not going to take the phone out for reasons I said before. So it could be, and again it couldn't be. Wait, be careful, 1 second. A few other people filming. Now this trooper, as I mentioned when we first came out, it's not Monty, guys. Which horse is this? Is it Indiana? I'm kind of like... For some reason, Monty's blaze is very comet-like. Looking directly at me now, thinking, hold on a second, how can you not know me? It just doesn't look quite the right shape as I remember Monty's blaze to be. I'm going to reserve judgment, guys. Apologies if I got it wrong. Instinctively, straight away, I'm thinking to myself, Monty. But now I'm looking directly on. It's not 100% straight, is it? And Monty's is more of like a comet at the top. I'm sure it is. So we'll leave it, guys. You can post the name of this beauty in the comments. The horse that is, guys. No trooper names, remember. Beautiful horsey. Which one is it? Which one have we got? Okay, so these Chinese toys have changed ends. 1 second. Who's this little dude? Oh, can't decide if he wants to go in the box, and nor can she, for that matter. Now, I'm interested to see whether or not, we know at the other end, it is completely under control with the lady trooper. I don't quite understand what they're doing. 1 minute they're in, 1 minute they're not. So what do we think is going to happen this end? Do we think... Oh, wait, try again. Second go. Casually strolling through the box after the picture. However, as yet nobody's gone up to the horse, so we don't know if they're going to get told to get back. In other words, have we got absolute consistency this morning or not? I mean, we haven't completely from the previous two troopers, like the trooper on Ormonde, but we have in the sense that the lady trooper at that end is absolutely consistent with telling people to vacate the box. So keen to see what sort of response, if any, we get at this end to anybody that wants to go into the box. Basically, keeping a very good eye on everybody at the front today as well, which is quite interesting. Wouldn't have expected it, but there it is. Ta-da! Oh, Tango Man. Wow, an orange puffer, folks. How about that? Valencian orange puffer jacket in this weather. Kind of cute now. A little bit nervous, but she got over it. I think actually they're all going to be way, way, way outside, and that looks like... Oh. What is she doing? Oh, actually, wait, it's a mum that's taking the pictures.
Come on, this is the...
Seriously, like what? I don't get it. Funniest thing ever would be if the sign slipped and fell on her head. She did touch it and it wobbled a teeny bit. Okay, number 2. Happy and smiley tourist yet again. Who's up next? Anyone? Or is that it? Have they finished? Nope. That was our second go. It is really busy, guys. I know it doesn't look like it from what we can see in front of the camera, but behind the camera I'm standing all the way along Whitehall here. Whoa. It is proper busy. The police, in fact, having a look through the gate because there's either... It sounds like a tuk-tuk or something behind us making a lot of noise. I think it's a tuk-tuk behind us. Yeah, there's a lot of noise, hell of a lot of noise. So I think that's what it is. That's what we've got going on right now. Tuk-tuk. Yeah. Actually, wait, it's not a tuk-tuk. It's that guy in the little teeny silver car. Why is it always the person with the smallest, cheapest car that makes the most noise? The cars that are about the same size as a tuk-tuk. Okay, who's next? Wait. Athletic. That's an interesting name. So if you put her first name and surname together, it spells the word athletic. You see that? Athletic. Athletic. Okay, who's next? Oh, they're almost fighting now to get themselves forward into a good spot. So stand here. Oh, that was actually pretty sweet, no? Look at that, they got a completely random stranger to take their picture, etc. as the group. Okay, it's kind of quiet just then. Let's move ourselves again, folks. Back to the other end. Here we go. Oh, wait, look what I've seen in the yard. Hold on. Hopefully this isn't a bit of a sort of last hurrah before they decide to reduce those numbers. Look at this. Tourists absolutely loving these two beauties and getting the opportunity to ask and receive answers to their questions. How about that? Brilliant, eh? Two spectacular police horses. A lot of you will know which two these are. I don't remember, guys. I'm not going to lie. You know that my memory is like a redundant sieve when it comes to naming the majority of the police horses. Obviously, I always remember Brabazon because he's a unique and spectacularly large beauty. Same with Vanessa and her delicate eye condition. Lovely, eh? Absolutely beautiful, these two. But it's unusual to see the police stopping in the yard here and engaging with the tourists in this way. I'm not sure if that is because we might be seeing, I wouldn't say the abolition, but we certainly might see less of these rides from the palace across the parade ground. Oh wait, the officer's saying he's called Yo-Yo? Did I mishear it? Is it Yoda maybe? I swear she said Yo-Yo. Lovely to see this though, folks. Look, they're really taking the time, the officers, to talk to members of the public and answer questions. Oh, look at this. Getting a whole history of the mounted branch from this very informative officer. So, okay, so they buy them at 4 or 5 years old. Wait, so they recruit every year, like the annual renewal of car license plates, but you just said they skip the X. I mean, I'm not sure why. I didn't quite hear why they skip the X. Maybe they don't need them? or maybe the cuts had already been decided on at that point. But the other horse, look, the one in the distance, getting a lot of attention. What do we think about this, guys? About the police horses being in the yard? Do we think that it's wrong that they're getting so much attention, that they're being patted, blah blah blah, or do we think that it's very different to the H-Cav horses that are in the boxes, in the sense that the horses in the boxes are on ceremonial duty? I was going to say are working, but then so are the police horses, so it's a little bit of a tricky one, man. There's not really, I guess, a big difference between a working police horse and a working king's horse. Is there? I mean, maybe there is, I don't know. Right, guys, let's squeeze ourselves in. There we go. Bingo. Okay, so we can see again the lady trooper who was, I mean, I would say beyond serious and disciplined with enforcing the box. Love it, to be honest. Ah, it's the funny Spanish tour guide, animated one on the right. To be honest, actually, I don't really think. I mean, I'm obviously happy to be proven wrong over time, but I personally don't really think that ORMONDE being in this box or in the other box is going to make much difference. The only time, if we get those conditions, that it might make a difference is if he's in the box at this end with a trooper who actively is choosing not to enforce the line. She's in the box. That's twice she's told her. Oh. How many times did I say it's always the best dressed ones that don't listen? Every single time, to be quite honest. Oopsie. No idea where the parents are from, they're just kind of leaving them there, so let's focus on this lady on the left.
Sorry.
The trooper's even looking at the younger visitors, so she's gloriously, perfectly consistent, is she not? Fantastic thing to see, in all honesty. Who is next? Wow. I haven't seen a pair of Gucci trousers like that since I was at a market in the East End of London. I think you can actually get 4 pairs of those for £12, would you believe? I mean, not that I know, but I've been told on the grapevine. And apparently if you buy all 4, they throw in a free watch as well, Rolex style. I'm laughing because he's got a very interesting way of spreading his legs and crouching down. Hopefully his trousers are made of a very elasticated, stretchy fabric, folks, because if not, that could have been a very embarrassing public indecency situation. Ta-da! The really sad thing actually about being here to catch this right now is the fact that the video, I knew it would because it's the first one back after the break, the video went by crazy fast, which is disappointing, to be fair. Oh, who's up next? Oh, that's who's up next. But again, you'll notice the people behind me straight away, what's happening? They're all saying the line, the line, the line. Immediately about the line. Which is good. In fact, it'll be interesting to see on those days, really busy summer days, when we've got troopers that are not really super verbally enforcing the line, what sort of response we'll get to multiple people in the box and or multiple people trying to touch the horse. Because you can hear this, we've got so many, correctly, disapproving tourists speaking out against the behaviour of other visitors. Oh, he's got a rhino on his top, actually. Reminds me of Valencia, where we saw a lion. Another one straight in the box. I'm told to get straight out of the box, and she's got, it looks like what is that, a bull? Not sure which. Scotland hoodie. It's like a bull's head on that. Okay, super bright laces. In fact, she could be a cyclist without needing any lights at night. Just those laces are enough. And next. 1, 2. Right. I think, to be honest, because most people have been standing here for a while, I mean, a lot of the same people are still here behind me, and there are a lot behind me. Most people that are here right now have seen the people getting told to move out of the box behind the line, which is good. See, look, straight away, troopers looking down. I think you'd all agree, ladies and gents, the consistency of this particular lady trooper is a wonderful thing to behold. Using her judgment wisely. Big difference between those that are presumptuous and march in and those that accidentally might just step a foot over the line. Okay, so here we go. All of that time I was filming, the police horses were in the yard, and only now, finally, have they answered probably, I don't know, 500 questions for all the tourists and got themselves out of the yard and onto the public highway. Lovely thing to see, eh, guys, to be honest. Beautiful. Especially as they're riding towards Trafalgar Square. Look at that light. They chose two of the most beautiful ones for this morning. Right, I think we'll finish up at this end, folks. We've kind of seen more than enough at the other end, in many different ways. I say that, but it's a bit... It's all gent. See that? Okay, the trooper is looking down, but doesn't necessarily mean he's going to say anything. It still bugs me, but I know it's not Monty this time. He says, as you're screaming in the comments, John. Oh. Oh my goodness me. Flip me, how complicated is it? You knew that was going to happen, didn't you? Yeah. And there it is, folks. We'll finish up on a positive note. Had to be, didn't it? Somebody getting in trouble because we're about to finish. But for myself, on a sunny morning, great to see actually, before I finish, this trooper also making it clear, despite there being an obvious language barrier, the gent's friend had to sort of tell him or help him to realise he needed to move. Lovely to see. Fantastic, to be honest. Anyway, people, I'm out of here, but as ever, I'll be right back soon. Bye for now, guys.